The good thing about mementos and these rest areas is that I can do things off screen. Hey everyone, welcome back to more Persona 5 Royal. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we did a request in mementos on the Path of Iatspis.
Joker.
Some of the roads be unnaturally blocked. The walls are pretty weak in those spots. Be able to break through them, no problem. So, yeah. Be on the lookout for suspicious-looking walls. There's only certain areas that they'll show up in, so don't be too concerned about that. Remember, we get a bunch of Barbarians, and you can see they're weak to electric. And our Pixie actually has electric. This is pretty nice. Now, as I showed you, and also as I just said, I did some things off screen. Did some fusing off screen, did some buying, whatever. Starting things off with Apsaris. That's one that I have gone and picked up. Apsaris is a forest and water spirit of southeastern Asia. It shows up in so India, it's in Siam, Cambodia, I believe a little bit in Vietnam as well. They are said to live in either banana or fig trees, and they are the female, almost equivalent of the Gandharvas, who are male spirits of air and music. The Gandharva have shown up in other Shin Megami Tensei games, however they are absent in Persona 5. Apsaris are also spirits of sex and fertility, and are dancers, while the Gandharvas are musicians. Usually, the Apsaris are considered benevolent and can grant some good luck when they are present, when they're helping people out. They're generally just jovial things. They're, you know, not... we're...
Look in this whip. I just can't get used to it.
I think it suits you. Especially the whip.
So, we're still early game. We're not going to get anything super intriguing. Incubus, weak to Bless. I believe I should have something with Bless. Jack Frost! Jack Frost is probably the most notorious spirit within all of Shin Megami Tensei, and actually really for all of Atlas. Jack Frost basically serves as the mascot of Atlas. And we will take the Succubus, because why not? Now the... oh, good night. Oh, I clicked on Jack-O-Lantern, not Jack Frost. I was like, wait a minute, these notes seem familiar. It's a variant of Old Man Winter, so the myth behind what causes winter. It shows up mostly in Europe. And, I mean, he's not really seen as, like, the super harsh winter. He's more of a split between autumn and winter. So, you know, when the air starts to get a little bit chilly, when it starts to get a little, you know, a little bit colder, not quite super cold. I don't know if that really doesn't really make sense. I know it doesn't make sense, but... And we can just go to a lower area. That's fine. It's a different feel to it somehow. And yeah, you will get a cutscene. It's a little, usually it's a little different than that, but that's one that will say that, that Jose is here. That Jose is on that floor. Let's see what one I made. Kodama. Let me go bring up my notes on Kodama. Barbarians are really annoying. So, you know what? I'm just... I'm just not gonna worry about Barbarians. They're annoying to fight. Kodama is the first time that I am going to use the Book of Yokai by Michael Dillon Foster. It's not as extensive as the Book of Spirits, however, it is very in-depth on a bunch of yokai, a bunch of history behind yokai. Still haven't seen it in, no. I haven't seen as many notable yokai until now. What do we got? Weak to gun. And let's just switch over to Ryuji. Kudamas are a basic tree spirit. So, it's, you know, again, they're basic, they're nothing really too special. They're a spiritual form of the Shimenawa. They are ropes that are tied to trees to indicate a divine connection. The trees having a divine connection, not the Shimenawa having a divine connection. They're also the first yokai to show up in the catalog of Toriyama Sekien, who is a famous artist from the 18th century in Japan. Up to level 13 with Joker right now. And so it's interesting because, again, the fact that this one is the very first yokai of one of the more notable books on yokai, or not necessarily a book on yokai, it's a drawing catalog of yokai. But the fact that it's the first one, interesting for sure. Right away, we are going to I'm actually just going to boost up our money reward.
You want me to change mementos? Sure. Here we go. Just watch. I've learned all about this. You see, the cognition flowing through mementos. It's got these things that are similar to what you humans call pressure points. So, if I do this... There. That should have changed it for you. Don't believe me? Just take a look for yourself.
And now when we win fights, we will get more money. Not just real money, so... We are going to buy one of these Snuff Souls. Just because, again, SP Restoration, super nice. It's always good to know where Jose is. I'm always going to say Jose, even though he pronounces it Jose. It's just more natural to pronounce it Jose. Because we got, what, Incubi and Succubi, who are weak to Bless. They're all weak to Bless. Okay, we don't have any. We'll just have Jack Frost take care of all of them. There we go. So yeah, unlike the higher elements in Chosen of Cold Steel, the, Bless, Curse, Psy, and Nuke, they aren't really special to them. They're just a little bit rarer than some of the others. It's, really, everything's active all the time. Also, the show's over.
Okay.
Get some bonus money. Because we got Jose. It's not too much. For sure, the experience bonus can be really significant eventually. I believe that maxes out at 200%. So you'll get double experience when you're in Mementos. And I think there's only the one extra in Iospis. Because I believe that the end floor, which is right here, should have a stamp, yes. That wall. That's what I'm gonna do. Let's check it out. But first, a stamp. And over to the wall we go. Doesn't look like it's going to open. I didn't expect this wall to still be here. Hell? We got all this shit open because we influence the public or whatever. The first wall, yes. However, it looks like we won't get this one open without expanding on that. I think. Well, he said influence comes from people believing in us, right? Maybe this one would open too if we can get more people to accept us. Perhaps. He's being so goddamn vague about all this. It's fine. In any case, it doesn't change our goal. We just have to work hard enough to open this wall. And I guess we're going to be holding off on whatever's past there till then. So yeah, Mementos, it expands by a floor every time that you it expands, you know, every time you finish a palace, it'll expand a floor. Simple as that. I want to see if I can get a real quick pickup from Jose. Maybe. 60.
Now choose.
We'd be able to get some things, but not all too much. Ooh, Amino Uzume. I always like Amino Uzume. Let me actually just make sure I'm not... Okay, that is good. Let me pull up my notes on Amino Uzume. Because, okay. So, Royal does it, it also changes the order of some of the Persona. Amino Uzume, before it used to be around level 30s, now it is level 13. Amino Uzume is the Japanese goddess of mirth. When Amaterasu barricaded herself in a cave, Amino Uzume did a dance for Amaterasu. The Kami, which are basically just spirits, began laughing, and that confused Amaterasu because Amaterasu was like, hey, why are people laughing? They should be sad that I'm missing. And then, you know, Amino Uzume was, you know, Amaterasu went up to check, and eventually, you know, Amaterasu saw just how happy, how nice, just how happy Amino Uzume seemed, and ended up leaving the cave because of that.
Select the skills you'd like to inherit.
Amino Uzume, in addition, is also a, quote, primal spirit of shamanism, intoxication, sex, fertility, and reproduction. She is not mirthful because she is innocent or inexperienced. Uzume has seen it all and still perceives the joy of life, even in moments of absolute deepest despair. In addition, despite also being seen as a spirit of sex, as it said there, what is Tarakachi? That's increased attack for allies. Rakukaja, Rebellion, and Secure Death. Usually, you know, when you think of goddesses of sex, you think of them being really, really attractive. Amino Uzume is a little bit different. She's said to be, you know, more, not necessarily old, she's more middle-aged. She has a little bit of flab on her, more attractive regions, we'll just say. You know, on the belly, on the breasts, on, you know, Amino Uzume, generally not exactly a super hot spirit, but still very up there for being a, being an important spirit, both in Japanese lore and in terms of, you know, just being unique from the rest of the sex goddesses. In addition, we also have Ippon Datura. Ippon Datura is also a yokai, but not popular enough to show up in the Book of Yokai. He's either a blacksmith or a woodcutter that ended up losing a leg somehow. We can see that Ippon Datura has a single leg only. And they are mostly harmless aside from December 20th. The reason why it changes, one of them is not exactly certain, one of them is because it was a spirit, some priests locked it away, and so it can go free on the 20th. So, yeah, Ippon Datura, it's not a super major one. Let me actually just see what the... Yeah, lives in the mountains. Amino Meyototsu no Kami. I haven't seen anything about that, but maybe I could just look into it further. But, yeah. Ippon Datura, either a woodcutter, either maybe a blacksmith. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And, let's not leave yet. I do wanna find Jose. Start partway in. We'll just go around floor 4. I'm just going to end up buying some of the SP restoration stuff. So, I'm just gonna cut away until that's done. Ended up picking up enough flowers for a second Snuff Soul. Again, always good to have SP restoration. But that should do it for Mementos.
Yeah.
We're only at 5. That's fine. We can't do anything with 5. Your stamps will stay the same, so don't worry about that. Because I'm going to the metaverse, let's just take it easy. So yeah. You can spend time with Blanc and in your room, so plan accordingly.
Back. Yo.
Another box came for you.
Hey,
Mega Fertilizer and Garden Energy. I'm trying to think of what we all have that we can do. We don't have enough equipment for lockpicks. We, I guess, could study? Wait, do we... Ah, I haven't changed out that book yet, or that DVD, have I?
oh,
Yeah. Haven't returned the DVD yet. Would have been nice for something that would boost up proficiency, but oh well. I believe... Yes, we can also make coffee. Love the smell of good coffee.
Yes. All right.
And the coffee will also restore some SP. We also get a little bit of charm for it, so it's a good one to get. Looks like you're doing well. Here, let me have a sip. The aroma and soft richness. Use Blue Mountain, huh?
Let me explain.
We also get facts about coffee! The Blue Mountains of Jamaica have a unique climate and volcanic soil advantageous for growing their famous high-quality coffee. The coffee undergoes a rigorous inspection process and is harvested in small quantities. This produces a rich coffee with a full aroma. Flavor profile is bland. You should practice more to bring out the roast's full potential. Though, I see you're preparing the cup the way I taught you. I'll acknowledge your hard work. You look like a real barista standing at a counter like that. Seems you're following all the rules and instructions I gave you. I can't believe this kid in front of me is a troublemaker with a criminal record. Well, there's no need to having a lengthy conversation about this. Just keep up with your training. You have the opportunity to learn. Just take some time for yourself and keep improving.
well then.
Coffee is super good in this game. Coffee is so helpful. I mean, it's SP restoration, and SP restoration is pretty tough to come by.
It looks like you're attending school seriously. You also seem pretty close with Takamaki-san if you're both coming to school together. You just transferred here, though. I guess you two really click. I see. You seemed a lot closer than that yesterday morning. I heard she was a victim of Mr. Kamoshida. But was that all there was to it? Either way, closer inspection should clear everything up. Goodbye.
What a narc. Exams start tomorrow. Are you all ready? Now then, picking up from last time, the end of the Heian period marks the rise of the samurai, which I'm sure you've all been waiting for. Described in the tale of the Heike, it was a time when all that was great would fall from grace. It wasn't unusual for the heroes of yesterday to be struck down as rebels of the present day. By the way, sympathizing with the loser or the weak is called the magistrate's patronage. It comes from Minamoto no Yoshitsune's position, and it became a way of referring to him as well. Alright, Damamiya-kun.
Do you know the answer?
You know the active time period which Yoshitsune was active in, don't you? Not off the top of my head, no. But, okay, it's just the Heian period as well.
This is it.
Correct.
That's right. He supported his brother, Yoritomo, during the Heian period, but despite his contribution in defeating the Taira, he was driven out by his brother and ultimately executed. However, in the centuries that followed, Yoshitsune became more popular as a tragic hero. Miyako thinks I'm smarter than he. We are brimming with knowledge! We are learned! Rather than siding with the one who has overwhelming power, people prefer the underdog opposing them. It's like rooting for a minor league baseball team instead of the all-star major league one.
Yep.
You can't root for them? Who will? To be fair, minor league teams have the best names.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, which is more interesting? The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim? Or the Hartford Yard Goats? Or the Montgomery Biscuits? Or the Richmond Flying Squirrels? I could talk so much about minor league baseball. It's great. But what is also great is this game, but also having a good cutoff time. So, next time, we'll be doing exams. So until then, see you guys later.
Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror rightly froze.